Hello, Cleveland, and welcome to your daily 10-minute TA. Let's get into the charts. All right, so from yesterday, you can see that these measured moves that we drew out from this head and shoulders pattern that we were looking at on the 90-minute chart. Let me bring up the indicator titles so you can see that this is the 90-minute chart, even though there is a background stamp here. It says it as well, but that's all right. Oh, well, I didn't know. We just want symbol titles, not indicator titles. My mistake. Anyway, like I was saying, so from this head and shoulders pattern that we were drawing out yesterday on the 90-minute chart, we drew these two measured moves. One was a conservative one was a bigger one. The bigger one almost got hit, the conservative one got hit. Now, we've seen Bitcoin find a bottom down here near 92.3 and has since come up back to 97.8, just about 97.7, just about. Now, right now, what it looks like is forming is an inverted head and shoulders pattern. Now, this inverted head and shoulders pattern can be drawn out to look like so. There's the left shoulder, there's the head, and then the right shoulder would be somewhere above this line. So now we're going to want to see price action stay above that line. Let's delete our measured moves from yesterday just to clear up some space. Let's do that. Delete. Oh, delete. And that other thing I deleted was this line here. We'll go back. Delete the head and shoulders. That line, we clearly did not break up over it. I mean, slightly ripped over it, but we didn't break out over it, and that's drove us back down, like I was saying yesterday. Delete. Okay, so back to this inverted head and shoulders pattern on the 90-minute chart. We're going to want to see, like I was saying, price action stay over this 95, let's say 95.6, 95.7, let's say 95.7. Let's see what these wicks were. What were these wicks at? These wicks were at 95.583 and 95.732. So let's just say 95.6. If price action can stay above 95.6, then this inverted head and shoulders pattern remains valid. Now, if it remains valid, the measured move of the head and shoulders would be from the top of the head to the shoulder, and then put that over to the breakout point, which would be even with the shoulder as well. And we would see a move of back up to about 102.6. That would bring us up over our 200 moving average on the 90-minute chart and be a real good indication that we are seeing a reversal from this big dump that we had the last couple days. Now, let's take a quick peek at the indicators and see if they are, supporting this chart pattern that we're seeing forming. And we see that the stochastic RSI is in bullish territory, showing bullish momentum by being over its signal line. However, is finding itself in overbought territory, which we do see either reversing real quick and continuing to dump, or sometimes it can get stuck. We've seen this before where it gets stuck up in overbought territory and price action moves up from there. The reverse is also true. We can see it gets stuck down at the bottom and price action can move down rapidly from there. But yeah, those look pretty promising. However, the RSI being still under the 50 level means that it's still in bearish territory. However, it is over its signal line, which is bullish. So what we would like to see, if we are going to see the RSI reverse and come back down, is for it to stay over its signal line while price action stays over that 95.6 level that we were just talking about, while the stochastics either stay pinned up here at the top or make a quick beam down to oversold territory to find bottom and then a quick beam up. If it comes down to here, we want to see that RSI stay over that signal line and the price action stay over our level If it can't, if either of those break under, then we're going to see more downside. We're going to retest this bottom here that we just placed. And if that fails, then, you know, our next support level of 89,800 would be the next spot to look at. And then again, like we've said several times over the past weeks, if we look at the daily now, you'll see the upward trending wedge that we've been in has now broken down. The lower support of that wedge has broken. We'll put that into red now to signal that it has been broken and has flipped to resistance, as now that we have closed a candle. Well, we've closed a candle. We want to see if today's candle can close under it. If it does close under it, then that's flipped to resistance. If it can come back up, and we'll actually put this on all the layouts just real quick. If it can come back up over that 99.6 level, if this inverted head and shoulders plays out and we come back up to that 101, break up over this 99.6 now resistance, we'll find ourselves back up into that same wedge pattern that we've been in. That would be a good sign to bust back into there. However, we could find resistance from it now, and I'm going to find resistance from it now. So watch this move, this inverted head and shoulders move. If it can get up to that target, good. That's a really good sign. That means we've busted back into our pattern, our range. However, if we can't, if we're finding resistance either from 99.6 or from this now resistance that was the bottom trend line of this upward trending wedge, well, then we're going to have to expect some more downside again to test our lows here. And if not, to test this next support level of 89.8. Okay. I've laid out where we can see price action going. I've laid out what we want to see price action going. Let's take a quick peek here at the indicators on the 6-hour chart. We'll see that the stochastics have started curling up out of oversold territory, but we are still down there. Like I was just saying, it can get stuck down there or it can bounce out of there real quick. The RSI is finding its way northward. However, it has not gotten out of bearish territory and is still under its signal line. So we will find some resistance from its signal line. Where is that going to happen? Probably right at that same resistance that we've just been talking about, this upward trending resistance now. If we can break up over, we'll see the RSI break over. We'll see the stochastics break out. That would be a real good sign. Then we'll see this daily stochastics start to curl over, and we're looking for the same thing there, for the daily to come back up out of now being in bearish territory on the RSI, back into bullish territory, and hopefully breaking up over the signal line. However, if the signal line gives you trouble, expect further downside. How much further downside? Well, we've talked about this before. If 89.8 cannot hold, then we're going to keep seeing some more downside to the next level of 85K. And that would be completing this. That it would be complete what we've been talking about for the past few weeks, where if this upward trending wedge turns into a downward trending wedge, we'll see the downward trending wedge reach about 85K, which would end up being about 35, about a 30% pullback from the peaks. Not unheard of in a bull market for Bitcoin. It's happened before. We've looked at those charts before as well. Let's take a quick peek down at a lower time frame just to see where the 90's going, so we can look at the indicators here. You'll see that we are seeing RSI on the 22-minute having gone into bullish territory and having come up over its signal line, signaling bullish momentum. The stochastics, however, are in overbought territory, but let's see if they get stuck up here. We're seeing a little bull flag here as well on the 22-minute chart with a measured move up measured move up to about 102, 125 as well. So same deal. I mean, it's the same. It's within the pattern of the inverted head and shoulders. That would bring it up over its 200. Let's take a quick peek at the 5 minute just to see where that's pointing. 5 minute actually looks like it's coming out of oversold territory and could be moving upwards. However, we are seeing the RSI showing bearish momentum. Let's see if the RSI can find a new bottom here, a higher bottom here, and then push up. If so, good. Let's look for those higher targets. If not, let's look for those lower targets, 95.6. And then if it can bounce off there, we're forming the shoulder, yada. We've all heard me say it before. I'm just going over it again. Alrighty, not much else. Volatility's real high still high on the 90s, still high on the 6 hour. The Bollinger Band's not so wide on the 90, they're actually contracting more so, but the bull bands on the 6 hour are very, very, very far apart. Volatility is very high, which means we could rally back up. It's possible. Again, we'd have to see a break of this 99.6 resistance as well as this upward trending resistance before we can talk about that. But yeah, let's see it get up to 102.7 today. I would hope so. If not, 89.8 or even 85. Oh, also I didn't mention, but it looks like we, found support from the 200 on the 6 hour as well, which isn't it's not nothing. The 200 moving average is a very strong support level. So to find support from it and bounce, that's a good thing. Let's see if this bounce can be maintained, if the bulls have the strength, or if the bears are coming in hard. Hold tight though. We're in the beginning of the bull market. I think things are still going up from here, but I'm cautious. I have started taking profits. Just so you know, I started a couple weeks ago. I took about 10% off the table, and I've been taking 1% every week since. So yeah, consider taking some profits if you're in them. If you're a noob and you just got in above 100K, just wait. Don't sell your bags for a loss. Do not take the loss. We're in the bull market, just at the beginning of the bull market. It's going to go higher. But again, this is not financial advice. Do what you do. I can't tell you what to do with your money. It's your money. Anyway, much love. See ya later.